So
I watched the whole thing.
Reading. So I tweeted this morning. Can someone tell me why we hate Ron MacLean today? The dude did his job as instructor because the NHL and SportsCenter crooked as fuck, and you want him fired? Am I close? Like, I was trying to understand the whole thing. But the reason why I wanted to cover this and the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because I went back and watched the interview. Ron and Gary had an interview, as they do in every Stanley Cup final. Ron gets to interview Gary. They got in a couple of fights in 2010, 2013. Do you remember that?
I love them because they don't like each other.
Challenged Gary. No, they hate each other because Ron challenged Gary and he asked some questions that Gary didn't want to answer. So then he got fired, if you remember. And they brought in George Stroumboulopoulos. God love him. That didn't work out. So they beg Ron to come back, right? Then he comes back. Then Don gets fired for saying something that he probably shouldn't have said, wasn't racist, but whatever. He gets fired because of the temperature of the fucking room. So now we've arrived at somehow Ron MacLean didn't ask Gary Bettman about a sexual assault cover-up investigation in Chicago because, and I have asked the people involved, including the people at Sportsnet, because it was a directive from the NHL that Ron not ask Gary about the Chicago Blackhawks cover.
Because it's in court.
Because not only is it in court, but Gary Bettman's protecting the league because he's a crooked dick. So then what Gary did is he told the people at Sportsnet, you tell Ron I'll do the fucking interview, but I am not talking about the Chicago Blackhawks sex assault case. That is an actual fact.